This video should help you get through the RobotC, our next RobotC challenge, which is the Labyrinth challenge. So once again, we're going to start RobotC using this icon. This brings up our programming area. And we're going to use a sample program again. We are going to use basic movement, moving forward NXT, not Tetrix. So once again, the green area is our comments. Everything in green are comments. They don't actually run in the program. The commands and actual working code are in blue and red. To review, wait 1 MSEC tells the program to wait this amount of time, 1 millisecond times 2000 or 2 seconds. I am going to delete that. We don't need that for the program we're about to do. And then having two motors, your right and your left motor, go the same speed will make your robot go straight ahead. And if you put a wait after them, in this case wait 1 MSEC times 3000 is 3 seconds, it will go straight ahead for 3 seconds. Pretty simple. I made a change already, so remember I want to save as. File, save as. And we'd like to save to the H drive, your documents drive. If you don't have an H drive, you could save to the desktop. So I'm going to save to my H drive, and this is 2122, and I have a robotics folder. If you don't already have a robotics folder, make a new folder and call it robotics. And this next challenge, we did the Robo 500 already. This one is called the Labyrinth challenge. So I'll just call it Labyrinth and say save. So for now, to bring up the virtual environment, we need to compile and then download the program. Remember that it's really important that I save as before I do this downloading, because this saves the program. If you didn't save as, then that sample program that you had is gone. You've now changed it, and the pre-existing program is gone. If you mess it up and have a program that won't work at all, if you forgot for example, semicolon, or if you forgot one of these brackets, or if you forgot these parentheses, or if you forgot these curly brackets, any one of those small mistakes, if you forget a letter, then the program won't work, and it's going to be difficult to figure out what's wrong for a new programmer. So anyway, make sure you do file and save as before you whenever you make these changes. So I'm going to say download to robot, and when I download it, it will bring up the virtual world. And we've been logging in as a guest, but don't forget that you can create an account by going into CS2N, and then it will keep track of your progress and badges. So I'm going to say log in as guest though. And we are in movement, the first set of challenges. And the second challenge we're going to try is the Labyrinth challenge. Hopefully you've completed the Robo 500 one. But Labyrinth challenge, you can see this here. You start in A. You need to go forward, left turn, forward again, right turn, forward again, and down, and end up in at the finish line. And is, again, in this case, it's probably not that important, but if you open the specification document, it can give you some additional instructions. So we'll do that just to see what it says. It's going to open this PDF file and program the robot to move to the end of the black striped area. That's over here. The robot must not cross any of the black lines. So you can't hit any of these lines while doing it. And we are in Mindstorms, we're not in Tetrix. And that's the entire PDF. So let's go back and look at our code. This is going to go straight. I'm going to look at this right now because I've done these before. I can tell that I think that's going to be too far. 3,000 at full speed, so 3 seconds at full speed, I think that's going to get too far. So I'm going to make this a little bit less. Let's try 2,000, and let's try 75. 75. So it's going 75% speed. If they're both going the same speed, it will go straight. So it's starting at A, it's going straight. But now, I need to get to about here, and I need to make a left turn. So let's take this code right there. Hold your control button, tap C, enter down, and hold Control plus V to paste. So now I've got the same thing twice, which we don't want. But we do want to turn left. If you recall from the previous challenge, if you slow down one of the motors, it will turn in that direction. So if we want to turn left, we want to slow down the left motor. Let's change this to 25 and see what happens. And let's, I don't know, 2 seconds of turning seems like a lot. So let's make that 1,000. And we'll say compile. By the way, you can see that it's already been named Labyrinth, so we definitely did the save as. Download to the robot is going to send it to the robot in this game. Here we are. So now the program that we wrote over here, because we hit download, is now installed on this robot, and it's going to run. It should go forward for a certain amount of distance. We don't know, is it too much? Is it not enough? If it's not far enough, we probably increase this number. If it's too far, we probably decrease this number. And then when it turns, if it turns too much, we decrease this number. If it doesn't turn enough, we increase that number. And it's a little bit of trial and error, especially at the beginning. But let's go ahead and run the program by hitting this orange triangle. Goes forward. It turned. Okay. It didn't turn quite enough, so let's make this 1,200. But in addition to that, we know that now once it does turn enough, we need to go straight again, because we're going to have to go straight and then a right turn, and then straight again, and then another right turn, and then straight one last time to get into the final part. So let's, what do we need? So this is straight ahead. This is turning left. We need to go straight at this point. So I'm going to copy the two motors going the same speed. That makes it go straight. Control plus C. Enter down a little bit down here. Control plus V. And this is going to go straight ahead. But think about it. This is not a very big distance. This seems like it was more. Why don't we try 1,000? And let's do one last thing, because we know if we go the right amount here, we're going to need to make a right-hand turn. Control V. We need to turn right. Think about it. Which motor do we need to slow down if we want to turn right? The right motor. So let's make this one, again, we'll try 25. And again, I thought 2,000, that's a long turn. Let's make that 1,200, like that one. Let's see what happens. Okay, so what should this program do? It should go straight ahead. Then, because the left motor is going slower, more slowly, it's going to turn left. It's going to turn toward the motor that is going more slowly. It's going to do that 1200 milliseconds or 1.2 seconds. Hopefully that's the right amount. Then both motors are going the same speed. It's got to go straight again. And then finally, it's got the right motor going more slowly, which should make it turn right. So we say compile. We say download. And we're going to restart. And here it goes. Let's see what happens. It's going forward. It's turning. It turned about. So it didn't turn quite enough. Back to this. So it wasn't quite enough of a turn. We could have turned a little bit more, but it probably would have still worked out. It looked like it was going to make it through. But then this was the problem. It didn't go straight far enough. How could we make it go far enough over here so that when it makes this last right turn, it's heading into this area so that it can eventually get to the target destination? You might have thought, increase this. Maybe 1200, 1500, 1800, something. You do it by trial and error, you'll figure it out. That's the Labyrinth challenge. Good luck.